students. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good. Okay students. So shall we come back to our lesson in the ratio analysis. We are in the second part. The first part yesterday I have completed the two ratios. Isn't it? The liquidity ratios and long-term solvency ratios we have studied. So today we are going to learn the turnover ratios, the third one. Okay, here we have four turnover ratios. Okay, the first one, inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio. Second one, trade receivables turnover ratio, that we will see one by one. Okay, so first one, inventory turnover ratio. Here it is related to the number of times the inventory has been turned over to make the revenue from operation. Revenue from operation means sale. Okay, sale. But here we have to calculate the cost of goods sold. That means cost of revenue from operations. Okay, so cost of revenue from operation. The formula is inventory turnover ratio is equal to cost of revenue from operation divided by average inventory. Average inventory. Here, cost of revenue from operation, I think it is nothing but cost of goods sold. Okay, already we have learned that one. Cost of revenue from operation is equal to opening stock, that means opening inventory, add purchases, that means the net purchases. We should deduct the purchase returns. Okay, add net purchases. Then we should add the direct expenses. This in the trading account we used to calculate, isn't it? Openings, that cost of revenue from operation. Direct expenses. Then we can deduct the closing stock. Closing stock means closing inventory. Okay, here that word is changed. Inventory means stock turnover ratio. Before we have studied, now they have changed the word into stock into inventory. Okay, so opening inventory, closing inventory. This average inventory means opening inventory. Opening inventory means opening stock plus closing inventory divided by 2. Okay, we will get average inventory. This cost of revenue from operation can be calculated cost of revenue from operation can also be calculated from the revenue from operation, another formula. Okay, revenue from operation means sales. Okay, meaning sales minus gross profit. This amount and this amount will be same only. That is called cost of revenue from operation. Opening stock, add purchases, add direct expense minus closing stock. That is cost of goods sold, or we can calculate that from the revenue from operation and gross profit. If we deduct the gross profit from revenue from operation, we will get cost of revenue from operation. Revenue from operation in the previous statement and that analysis we have seen, isn't it? Financial statement analysis, revenue from operation. Okay, then add other income, total revenue, that means sales. The meaning is sales. Okay, we will see one problem. turnover ratios. Eighth one. Okay. Here, from the given information, calculate the inventory turnover ratio and inventory conversion period. That also we will learn. Okay, inventory conversion period. Inventory conversion period. This, after calculating this inventory turnover ratio, we have to calculate that inventory conversion period. What is the meaning of this one? Means within how many months or period we can convert the inventory into cash. Okay, this is calculated in days also, we can calculate, or in month. Okay, if it is in days, number of days in a year you have to write in that particular year. Okay, divided by this ratio, inventory turnover ratio. Okay, number of days in a year divided by inventory turnover ratio. If it is in month, number of month in a year divided by inventory turnover ratio. Okay, now we will calculate the problem. Okay, just listen. Revenue from operation given, inventory at the beginning, inventory at the end of the year, purchases made, carriage inwards. So inventory turnover ratio, we have to write the formula. Okay, we have to write the formula, inventory turnover ratio. First one, they have asked inventory turnover ratio. Is equal to what? Cost of revenue from operation divided by average inventory. First, cost of revenue from operation. Is equal to opening inventory, isn't it? Opening inventory plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing inventory. Okay, here what is the opening inventory? Inventory at the beginning of the year 1,70,000 plus purchases 6,90,000, direct expenses carriage inward 20,000 plus minus closing inventory 1,30,000. Okay, then how much? 1,70,000 here 20,000, 1,90,000, 1,90,000, 7,90,000, 8,80,000. Okay, 8,80,000 minus 1,30,000, 7,50,000. Okay, 7,50,000. Okay, now we should calculate the average inventory. Opening inventory plus closing inventory divided by 2. Opening inventory, how much? At the inventory at the beginning 1,70,000. Closing inventory 1,30,000 divided by 2. So 3 lakh divided by 2, 1,50,000. Now we will calculate the inventory turnover ratio. Cost of revenue from operation 7,50,000 divided by 1,50,000. Okay, 4 zeros, 15, 1, 15, 5. So here, this is not a ratio. We will calculate the turnover ratios in times. How many times the inventory has been turned over to make the revenue. Okay, to make the revenue from operation. So that is the one. So we have to calculate in this way only. Now we will calculate the next one. Then second one, what they have asked, inventory conversion period. Inventory conversion period. Inventory conversion period, what is the formula? Here in months we will calculate. Okay, in month. So that number of months in a year divided by inventory turnover ratio. Here number of months 12, isn't it? Divided by inventory turnover ratio 5. So how many 5s there? 2 5s there. Then remaining 24. So 2.4 months. Okay. So this inventory turnover ratio you might have understood, isn't it? Then the second one. Okay, the second one is trade receivables turnover ratio. What is the meaning? Trade receivables turnover ratio. Here, trade receivables means that it includes the sundry debtors. Okay, trade debtor. Here the word trade debtors. Trade receivables means trade debtors. That means the debtors, sundry debtors. Okay, they have given the new word, that's all. Trade debtors and bills receivable. Okay, these two together only trade receivables. Okay, trade debtors plus bills receivable, these two. Okay, then here, what is the purpose of preparing this ratio? Trade receivables turnover ratio. Here, trade receivable means the we are going to that collect the amount from the debtors, isn't it? So that we are comparing the credit revenue from operation. That means the credit sale. Okay, credit sale with the average trade receivables. Okay, so the formula trade receivables turnover ratio is equal to the credit revenue from operation. Revenue from operation means, you may not confuse, that is credit sales. Okay, revenue from operation means sales. So credit sales divided by average trade receivables. Okay, here credit revenue from operation, that credit sale we have to calculate. If they have given total sales and cash sales, we can deduct the cash sale from the total sale. Okay, that's the credit sales divided by average trade receivable, that opening trade debtors and bills receivable plus closing trade debtors and bills receivable divided by 2. Okay, so that we need to calculate. Then the conversion period also we have to calculate, not that debt collection period. Within how many months or within how many days we can collect the this trade debtors and bills receivable. Trade collection period. Okay, second part. It is having each part, okay, two parts it has, each one has. So here either it days means number of days or number of months. Number of months in a year divided by trade receivable turnover ratio. Okay, we have to calculate. What we have calculated, you have to put down here number of months we have to write. Okay, then shall we do the next problem? That is ninth one. Okay, here that one is 8th, the ninth one. The credit revenue from operation given, debtors and bills receivable at the end of the accounting period given, calculate trade receivable turnover ratio and collection period. Okay, here if they have not given opening trade debtors and bills receivable, then we can take the closing trade debtors and bills receivable. Okay, then we no need to divide that one by 2. Okay, if we take opening and closing, then only we need to divide by 2. Okay, so what is the formula? First one we will calculate. Okay, trade receivables. So what is the problem number 9? Calculate the trade receivables turnover ratio. What is the formula? Credit revenue from operation. It is related to sales. This trade receivable means the credit sales that we have made, isn't it? So that is why we are taking credit sales, credit revenue from operation divided by average trade receivables. Average trade receivables. Here credit revenue from operation, how much given? 10 lakh. Then average trade receivable, here they have given debtors and bills receivable at the end, only closing given. So we can add and take here 1,10,000, 1,40,000. So it is 2,50,000. 40, 40. Okay, here 4, 1. Okay, so 4 times. Now what is asked? Collection period. That is called, this is the first part. Second part, debt collection period. Debt collection period, number of months divided by trade receivable turnover ratio. Number of months 12 divided by ratio 4. So 3 months. 3 months. Okay, have you understood the next second ratio? Now we will learn the third ratio. Okay, just opposite of this ratio, trade receivables turnover ratio. Here the third one, trade payables turnover ratio. Trade payable turnover ratio related to credit purchases, isn't it? That means the amount that we need to pay. That means sundry creditors and bills payable. Okay, this trade payables means sundry creditor and bills payable. Together trade payables. Okay, trade payables turnover ratio. Here it is related to credit purchases. Credit purchases divided by average trade payables. Average trade payables. Okay, credit purchases they may give. Okay, so we will do the next problem. Okay, in the same method we have to calculate the credit payment period also. Okay, the debt collection period. Here credit payment period, within how many months we are able to pay the credit. The same way, number of months in a year divided by this ratio. Okay, trade payables turnover ratio. Okay, we need to calculate. So now I will read the 10th problem. From the following figures obtained from Arjun Limited, calculate the trade payables turnover ratio and credit payment period. Here in days they have asked. So we have to write the number of days in the year. Okay, credit purchases given. Trade creditors opening, trade creditors closing. Bills payable opening, bills payable closing. Okay, so here average trade payables we need to calculate. Credit purchases already given, isn't it? So first we will write the number and the heading. Okay, number is 10. They have asked us to calculate the trade payables turnover ratio. First one, trade payables turnover ratio is equal to credit purchases divided by average trade payables. Average trade payables. So credit purchases given clearly, so no need to calculate. Now average trade payables we have to calculate. Okay, average trade payables is equal to opening creditors plus closing creditors plus opening bills payable plus closing bills payable divided by 2. Okay, so opening creditors how much? Creditors 60,000. Closing creditors 50,000. Opening bills payable 45,000. Bills payable closing 35,000. Okay, here 80,000. Here 1,10,000. So 1,90,000 divided by 2 we have to write. 1,90,000 divided by 2. How much then? Here 95,000. So now ratio, trade payables turnover ratio. How much? Trade payables turnover ratio. Credit purchases given in the problem 9,50,000 divided by 95,000. 30, 30, 95, 195, 1095. Isn't it? So it is 10 times. Okay, then what is the next part? Credit payment period. Credit payment period is equal to the number of days in the year 1819, isn't it? So 365 divided by 10. So how many days? 36.5 days. Okay, you have understood. Now we will learn the next ratio. 4 ratios only available. So fixed assets turnover ratio. Fixed assets turnover ratio. Here we are going to compare the fixed assets with the turnover. Turnover means the revenue from operation. Okay, that means the sales. Okay, turnover means sales only. Okay, many names given, turnover, sales, and revenue. The revenue from operation. All these meaning gives sales only. So how much fixed assets are used to make the revenue from operation, to make the sales. Okay, that otherwise how many times the fixed assets have been turned over to make the revenue from operation. So this ratio, how to calculate, the formula is turnover, revenue from operation, divided by average fixed assets. What is average fixed asset? Opening fixed assets plus closing fixed asset divided by 2. If they have given only closing fixed asset, we can take that one. Okay. Here no, and nothing, conversion period or period, no need to calculate. Okay. Now shall we do the problem here? Fixed assets turnover ratio. Which problem? 11th one. Okay, 11th one. From the following information of Geeta Limited, calculate fixed assets turnover ratio. Revenue from operation 55 lakh, fixed assets 5 lakh. So ratio, fully you have to write. Okay, fixed assets turnover ratio. Revenue from operation divided by average fixed assets. Revenue from operation 55 lakh. Average fixed asset. Here only closing fixed assets given. So write only that one. Okay, 5050 11, isn't it? So 11 times. So you should, they may ask for 1 mark, which ratios will be calculated in times. Here the turnover ratio. Okay, turnover T turnover, that you have to remember. Okay, then the first two ratios in that proportion ratio only, isn't it? That liquidity ratios and long-term solvency ratios, they are in percent, not percentage. Okay, in proportion or in ratio form, mathematical expression ratio. Here it is given in times. Which one? Turnover ratios. Then the next one, profitability ratios, will be in percentage, PP. Okay, here T. Okay, then the other first two what we have learned was in the proportion. Okay, that you have to remember, that ratio. Okay, I think now we can mark the question answer. Today what we have learned. Okay, tomorrow I will explain the other ratios. I think once again we will have a revision. Listen. See, inventory turnover ratio, that inventory turnover ratio, then trade receivables turnover ratio, trade payables turnover ratio, then fixed assets turnover ratio. So first one, if you see this inventory, this is the average inventory. In the second one, what is coming down? You see, the second one, trade receivables, we are writing the average trade receivables down. Okay, average trade receivables. Then in the same way, all the ratios, that first word inventory, so that down we are writing the average inventory. Then trade receivables ratio, down we write average trade receivables. For the trade payables turnover ratio, we are writing average trade payables. Then for the fixed assets turnover ratio, we are writing average fixed assets. Okay, so down what we are writing, you are very clear. Okay, but in the at the top what we have to write, numerator, For the first one, the inventory turnover ratio, we are writing the cost of revenue from operation. Okay, here actually turnover means sale revenue from operation, but we write cost of revenue from operation. You don't forget this one. Okay, so how inventory and what is the cost of goods sold. Okay, cost of revenue. Then for the next one, second, trade receivables turnover ratio. There also what we are doing, we are writing the that is related to the credit sales. Okay, see second one, trade receivables, that is related to credit sales. So we are taking credit revenue from operation. Okay, turnover, that means credit sales. Cash sales is not having any problem, we were received the amount, so it is related to credit sales. That is why we write first credit revenue from operation. Then for the third one, trade payables, this is related to credit purchases, the same word, so you don't have any doubt. Okay, credit purchases. And the last one, fixed assets turnover ratio. Fixed assets turnover means revenue from operation. Here we do not write the cost of revenue from operation. Here we write only the revenue from operation. Okay, so in this way, if you remember, if you study, you can study the formula correctly. Okay, the first one, inventory turnover ratio, that is equal to cost of revenue from operation divided by average inventory. Okay, for the next one, trade receivables turnover ratio, credit revenue from operation or credit sales divided by average trade receivables. Okay, then third one, trade payables turnover ratio, there it is related to credit purchases. Okay, so credit purchases account, credit purchases divided by average trade payables. Okay, then the last one, fixed assets turnover ratio, that turnover only, that one, revenue from operation divided by average fixed assets. Okay, I think you are clear about this one. Now we will mark the question answer. What is meant by accounting ratios? It is in page number 294. Accounting ratios. The meaning of accounting ratios given in page number 294. There, the first paragraph, last one. Okay, the ratios are calculated. What is the question? What is meant by accounting ratios? So we have to write, when ratios are calculated on the basis of accounting information, these are called accounting ratios. Then you can write the accounting ratios are expressed in three forms. Pure, percentage, times. One sentence from there. Okay, that you mark. Next one. What is quick ratio? It is 297. 297. Quick ratio. It is given here. Okay, quick ratio gives this first sentence, first point. Second one, it indicates whether the business concern is in a position to pay its current liabilities as and when they become due out of its quick assets. Then this point, it is otherwise called liquid ratio or acid test ratio. Then quick ratio is equal to formula. Okay, then quick asset is equal to current asset minus inventory minus prepaid expenses. Then the third question is, What is meant by debt equity ratio? It is in page number 300. Debt equity ratio in 300, or the heading, under the heading debt equity ratio, first paragraph, then the formula. Only that one you mark. Okay. The next question, what does the return on investment ratio indicate? That we have not studied. Okay. Then two limitations of ratio analysis, 317. That also we have not learned it. Okay. Then objectives of ratio analysis, 295. 295. Objectives. The first 5 objectives, under the heading objectives, 5 objectives given, those 5 you mark. Okay. Then inventory conversion period, how is it calculated? 305. Under the heading inventory conversion period, that first 2 line and those 2 formula. Okay, if it is in days and if it is in months, you mark that one also. Then profit, no, we have not learned. The other one, tomorrow I will mark and give. Okay, students, so try to do these problems. And here I have completed, see, up to 11 problem. The 12th problem, it is coming all the ratios. Okay, this one you can try at home. Okay, you do this one. Tomorrow I will teach you profitability ratios. Okay, students, thank you very much.